say something traumatic happens to you. Okay, something that's so overwhelming, so horrible, you can't handle it, you can't deal with it. During that experience, in order to survive, you will dissociate from it. If you've studied, for example, trauma when it comes to animals, there's a great book called Waking the Tiger. Write this down. Waking the Tiger by Peter Levine. He takes a more, you could say, down-to-earth scientific approach as opposed to the more spiritual approach. Okay? When it comes to releasing trauma, there's a lot of spiritual takes where it's like, you know, you're letting go of resistance and part of your soul is coming together in the spirit. And that's all great. His approach is, you know, he studied people who came back from war with PTSD. He studied how animals go through trauma. And what he says is when you're faced with a threat that's overwhelming, you can't handle it. Say there's an animal and there's like some bear that's coming up to just attack the animal. There's the classic fight or flight, which you all know. But if you can't fight or flight, say the animal's backed against a tree or something, can't run, can't fight, the bear's coming in, they will go into freeze. And this is where they completely just disconnect from themselves, from feeling, from the experience. They just freeze, and it's like the closest state to death in a way. Now on a strategic level, it's, I mean, what else are you going to do? The bear's coming in. Perhaps if it thinks you're dead, maybe it'll leave you alone, okay, on one level. But on the other level, if you're about to get ripped apart from a bear, it's just so much to handle emotionally, physically, that you completely disconnect. You'll hear people talk about this, say, who've been abused. It's like they see themselves like from the third person, like they're on the ceiling looking down at the event that's happening. So you go in this altered state, if you will, where you don't even feel it happening. Now, say in that situation, the bear is like, oh, it's dead, and leaves. Although it's a state that's close to death, internally, there's a lot going on. Like the nervous system of the animal is just supercharged. Okay, the bear leaves. After a while, the animal will slowly come back, stand up, and you'll see it just shake out uncontrollably. Okay, it's discharging all of that pent up, you could say, nervous system energy, just being like, I'm going to die. Oh my God, I'm going to die. And then it goes on with its life, its day. It's very present to the moment. Us humans, we're too smart for our own good. The mind will intervene. But what happens to us is that we never go through the process of discharging it. And then we just keep living our life that way, like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, nothing happened, I'm fine. Something else, I'm fine, and we're so tense and we get triggered left and right. It's like little things, poke at it. It's like we're just never able to relax, even at home, like Netflix, I'm fine. It just eats you up inside. Okay? Now if you think about that process, does going into that altered state help you? Does dissociating from the experience help you when dealing with trauma, when experiencing trauma?